Hello and welcome. This is Pastor Deborah, and this is the broadcast show of Mental Health and the Forever Person. This broadcast show is another global outreach ministry of Agape Love, Love is Here. Agape Love, Love is Here is an international teaching ministry that provides teaching on many topics related to helping people. It is our honor to have you stopping by today to listen to Pastor Deborah as she teaches on mental health and the forever person. Each broadcast show will teach in ways that are simple, that will help bring new knowledge, concepts, ideas, and will help to uncover ancient treasures of long forgotten truth. As a previously nationally, clinically certified clinical mental health counselor and a state of Florida licensed mental health counselor for over 10 years and professionally qualified to diagnose and treat mental health illnesses and disorders, and now a non-denominational pastor, minister for over 24 years, I am able to teach and speak and minister in the two realms, the two worlds. These broadcast shows will help to provide a peek behind veils of darkness into these two separate and valuable ways of helping people. Mental health and the forever person will be very unique in its teaching, for Pastor Deborah will bring some knowledge from both realms together to help the forever person in its search and journey for healing and finding agape love. I, Pastor Deborah, welcome you to join with many others to sit, listen to the simple teaching on very complex topics, mental health and the forever person. Love to have you with us today. Enjoy. Love always and forever, Pastor Deborah.
Hello. Welcome. This is Pastor Deborah. And this is Mental Health and the Forever Person webcam. This is a new series for Pastor Deborah, and it will also become a podcast on the Mental Health Radio News Network. But I'm just going to have a little introduction for you that you will see, and then I'll get into the teaching. Mental health, as you can see, and the forever person. These two are connected, and this is going to be a series of webcams podcast entitled 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1. It's a new math, and it's a strange math, but I'm going to talk about this for several series episodes so that you will be able to see at a little deeper level who you are, who others are, what mental health is to this system of three that are one, and what the forever person is to the system of mental health and this strange new math. So enjoy. And I'm going to start you off with episode 1. Hello again. This is Pastor Deborah of Agape Love, Love is Here Ministry. Agape Love, Love is Here Ministry is an international global teaching ministry. And this webcam, this podcast that you will be seeing, will be placed on its Agape Love, Love is Here's regular website and podcast. And it will also be on the Mental Health News Radio Network that talks more about mental health and how it is a part of our life. This is episode 1 of a series. And the series is entitled 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1. It is a new math for us to learn. It's kind of strange, but we're all capable of learning it. I'm going to give you a little brief understanding if you've never understood mental health. Mental health comes from ancient times in our civilizations. Humanity has had mental health, what you might classify as the realm of the emotions, the realm of the mind, and how these two things intersect within a physical body. And we know from life and history that we all have it. We all have mental health. Sometimes our mental health is very, very good. Everything's working fine. We go through life, go through situations, and we recover. We are resilient. But there is another side of mental health, which a lot of people believe is connected to the physical body. It's chemistry, circumstances, our emotions, our ideas, our concepts, our reactions to situations. And that too is our mental health. And our mental health, it seems to have been with humanity since the very beginning. And our feelings and our thoughts and how we deal with those things that come up into our life that seem to overwhelm us. So mental health is here with us. It's a part of us. It is a very biological part of us. It's a very emotional part of us. It is all around the world. It is in every human being. It's even in the animals. Because if you look at mental health from the perspective of feelings and emotions, animals have got them. Animals are capable of loving, feeling fear, sadness, being traumatized. They get trained. They have a balance, and if it gets out of balance due to circumstances, they have some mental health problems. So mental health is not just in humanity. Animals experience it, good or bad. Some people may say that nature has a balance of mental health. That when it's feeling good, the weather's good, it's raining, our crops are growing, there's no storms, no chaos that has to be put down, no bad things happening. But everything is just wonderful, pleasant, sweet. Life goes on. Is that a sort of mental health of the earth, of the planet? Could be. Some people think it is if you're really in tune to nature. The animals attacking us, eating us, sharks, bears, whatever. Are they responding to their mental health condition? Their training? Is that how they were born? Did something change within them? These are all wonderful questions we have to pursue. But in today's episode of the series called 1 + 1 + 1 = 1, I am going to talk about mental health and something called the forever person. That forever person is that part of us that's sort of unseen, that we think is there, we hope is there, and upon our earthly death, we want to believe that it does live on and it goes to another place, a paradise, a heaven, gets reincarnated, is better than what it was. That's the one that I work with and how I'm going to connect and intersect mental health with. But as you can already see, mental health is in every kind of life. It's in nature. Nature has a balance of where it's supposed to be functioning. And when it gets out of balance, some people call chaos, things are not very nice for us down here. And the animals. Do they have a normal mental health when they're born? They seem to be very loving and very affectionate to us, capable of many emotions and feelings, and then yet sometimes we do see them, they get the same issues we get. Their brain goes nuts. They get angry. They attack for no reason. So can animals in nature also have mental health that can be good or that can go into disease and illnesses? What about this forever person guy? Anybody met him? Talked to him? Is he susceptible to mental health like nature and animals? Does he have a balance that he is supposed to have? Is he born? Anybody know that? Welcome, students. Oh, it's so wonderful to have all of you. My newest partner. He's from Jordan. He's a psychiatrist. Wonderful man. And what happens? What is the condition of this forever person? Does anything happen to him? Well, in this episode, this series of episodes, this is part 1, we're going to talk about this new math. The one that you see here is the physical body. Everything has it. The lightning has it. The wind has it. Animals have a physical component. They have DNA, atom, nature. They have a physical body. Plus the soul. Animals have souls. They have feelings. They have thoughts. They have brains. They have chemicals in their brains. A human has a soul. Freud even told us it has 2 souls. It has one called the conscious awareness, where you know you're sitting here in this room, you know that you're out here on planet Earth and you're alive. That's your conscious awareness of your surroundings. But Freud also believed that there was something called the subconscious, which means below, hidden. And in many faith books, it is called the hidden man of the heart. And he is down below, and he's really the one that's running the show. Then Freud had one more belief that a lot of people don't talk about, and he called it the unconscious. He didn't know what it was at the time, but he kind of knew there was something there beyond these 2 consciousnesses, and that is the forever person. The one that is there, but it's not there. It's sort of there. Some of us know it's there. We don't know what it is. Some of us do know what it is, and we use it in the realm it lives in. So when you need an understanding of mental health and humanity, I always like to take everybody to this spot, the new math. 1, the physical body is involved. 2, the soul, the biological mind, the hormones, the chemicals, the feelings, the emotions, your circumstances, your culture, your training, your parenting, your faith. It's all right here, that part of you. And the forever person, the one that lives in that unseen realm, the one that is spiritual, the one that the shamans are in touch with, the ones that the occult world moves in, the one that all the faith-based people are trying to talk to, teach and train, the forever person. If you add all these 3 up in one body, they equal one system. They are all a part of one, yet they all live in different realms, different types of realities, different circumstances, but there is an intersection, a connection, a bonding, a marriage, so to speak, between all 3, and they equal one. So whatever happens to one of them, one part of them, if something happens to the physical body, it happens to the soul and all of its parts, and it happens to the forever person, the deeply hidden spiritual part of us. And then they all are one. They all feel the same thing. They all have the same sort of feelings, emotions, even though, and are they in touch with each other? Sort of. So what you have in mental health, is you have a system of three valuable, important components, and they are all combined as one. Now, later on, I'll teach you how to do some separation. And this is done a lot in mental health to separate the forever person from the other two parts so the other two parts can get healed from that realm and the forever person can get its healing from that realm. Because until they are separated, the forever person, from these other two parts, the physical body and the soul with its conscious awareness and subconscious, it is going to be a reflection of these two. And until it can be separated out, sort of on its own, left home as you speak, divorced, a runaway, it cannot be healed and taught and learn about itself and have healing brought to it from that realm that then slowly can seep back to the other two. So this is the first initial episode, series, part 1 of mental health and the forever person. It's introducing you to this new math about yourself and others, that you are a physical body, you have a soul that includes your thoughts, your ideas, your concepts, your conscious awareness, your family, your parenting, all the good things that's happened to you, all the bad things that's happened to you. And that part of you is affected by the physical body. If it gets a hit on the head, if the physical body has cancer, if it has its chemicals, its hormones, its electrolytes out of balance, it will affect the soul. If the soul is out of balance, doesn't feel happy, it will encourage strongly the physical body to go find something to make it feel better. Because these two, the physical body and the soul, are very interconnected. They are one. They are two, but they are one. And they work together as a team. And they work in unison. And we see some good stuff of it, and we see some bad stuff. But in this podcast, in this webcam, we're going to talk about mental health. We need to see what is optimal mental health for the system. What are some diseases and illnesses of it? How do we heal it if it's sick? What therapies or medication or healing do we apply to the system? Is it all the same kind of healing we apply? Is it different? How does each part of our system get healed? So the soul part, the part where our faith, our thoughts, our emotions, our concepts are, that's where a lot of your mental health counselors, psychiatrists work. Now, the psychiatrist, as we all heard the term, he's a medical doctor. He went to school and he studied medicine. He studied the first one, the biological body. He loves it. And we love that he loves it, or she. It's a very important part of us. Having a balanced out physical body that's in an optimal shape is their goal and desire. When we get hurt or injured physically, if our immune system, our vitamins, our health, we're sleeping, we have everything we need, we can take the hit. We'll get bruised, we'll break our arm, but we will heal. The biological body has an immune system to heal. The psychiatrists study that. They study everything just like a medical doctor. And they love that body. And that is their area of expertise. And it's a vital part of this system of mental health. And they have learned through years and years that there are hormones, chemicals, there are electrical signals, there are things that release the electrical signals. Because in the brain, believe it or not, everything, your memories, your pictures, your thoughts, your feelings are all electrical chemical. And they understand that. They know what makes up a good, healthy, electrical wiring eternal system in the brain. They know the brain very, very well, which we love them for that, because most of us we don't see it. They know the injuries to it, the diseases that occur. They know if the electrical chemical wiring system has glitches, breaks in it, or if the electrical chemical solution, whatever you want to call it, they see it as light rays when you put on things on the head. If that is not up to optimum, if something is sort of backfiring, spitting and sputtering, skipping a beat, going slow, going too fast, that would sort of relate to like our heartbeat. Some of us have slow hearts. We need a pacemaker. We need a little help. Some of us, our hearts race, that beats faster under certain conditions. Well, our electrical chemical system in our brain is the same way. And the psychiatrist has studied that. Boy, they know a lot. I love them dearly, because it is a real important part of this mental health and the forever person. So that's where the number one is. He's working there. And most psychiatrists have also studied Freud. They have done psychoanalysis, and I hope they have laid on the sofa themselves and had psychoanalysis and done the dream work and the dream words and stuff like that. And they've been through it themselves, because they're going to be talking to you and they're going to be looking there. That's where they're at, the physical body. Now, some of the psychiatrists also can get into the soul part. They've had classes. They maybe are a psychologist PhD. And they understand more in the emotions and the feelings of this part two of you. Your mental health counselors, your social workers, your case workers, they're working with the soul. They're working with your thoughts, your feelings, your attitudes, your memories, your blockages, some of your long lost feelings, and your anger and your bitterness and your unforgiveness and your decision making. And how it usually works is the psychiatrist believes if we can get some medication to you, get this biological system up here straightened out, in balance with chemicals, and we can help it, then your emotional part of you, your soul, can think better, can make better decisions, be able to release. A lot of people believe you need to release this built up anger and unforgiveness. We'll call it negative emotions or negative energy. And if that is released out of the body, out of the soul in many different ways, the soul's going to feel better. And then the soul part of you is getting back to its optimal, balanced, healthy mental health state. So that's where those people are working. Now the third part, the forever person, he's a little different. Not a lot of people know about him, but some do. They don't really know how to work with him. They don't know exactly if he's there. Is he a part of it? So my job is to talk to you how all of these three parts work together. The forever person comes with you in the womb. When an egg and a sperm first come together, and the sperm gets in there and it starts multiplying the physical cells, it is creating a container, clothes, a house, a physical container for the forever person. When you see the heartbeat of this young person in the womb start, that is the signal that the housing, the clothes, are ready for the forever person to come in. And he brings life with it, and the heart starts beating. Now, what slowly happens, I like to use sometimes, it's like Jello entering a mold. The spirit will take on the shape of the physical body. It will sort of form to the physical body, becomes one with it. It sort of exactly looks like it. It's its size. As the physical body in the womb is growing and developing, the spirit is molding into that shape. Now, other teachings that I'll do will get into what comes with that forever person into the womb. What kind of gifts, skills, abilities does it come with it? Now, we know when a baby is first birthed out of the womb, it wants to eat. It's sleepy. It's been through a trauma coming out of the womb. It's hungry. It poops. It does just certain things naturally. The brain is working. It has eyes. It wants to see. It has been listening with its ears. It wants comfort and cuddling. Why is all that going on? Is that a part of just the physical body, the soul, and the spiritual body all in one? Yes. Okay. So sometimes we're going to have to go back there to see the beginnings of the forever person in the biological body and how they two are connected through the soul. So this is just sort of an introduction, episode 1, series 1, that what I'm going to talk about for several webcams and things is this new math. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1. And how mental health and the forever person are both intersected. They are both connected. There is a mental health for the forever person, an optimal balance that forever person needs to have. And because of the situation, circumstances, trauma, abuse that occurred to the physical body, that caused trauma to the soul, the forever person is also affected. If there is fear in the soul, the forever person is afraid because he's one for a long, long time with the soul. He feels everything the soul feels. Now, you cannot physically really touch the forever person, but he's in another realm. But the same thing if, say, somebody is beaten, tormented, raped, held in bondage physically. Okay, got that. Then the soul part of them responds to that. Then the forever person in that realm also, it's by different creatures, different things in that unseen world. They are tortured, abused, both sexually. They are frightened. They are in bondage. They're tormented in their body. Just all in a different realm. So the whole system gets messed up and has what we would see as mental health problems. So I just want to end this first series and say, think about it, ponder it, do some research yourself, and I'll come back with another one, part 2, and we'll go in a little deeper. But this is an introduction to mental health and the forever person with the new math. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 1. I love having all of my psychiatrists here and the world of mental health counselors. Yes, I see you. And all of the adult survivors. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see everybody. They're all here because they're wanting to learn. Out there in the world right now, there's so much stuff. I don't know who to believe, what is true, what is not true. And everybody has a heart to help people. And those that need helping want somebody to help them find their way out of this darkness and bring some healing. And we'll get into the ancient civilizations, what they believed about it. Great article I wrote for NASCA, the National Association of Adult Survivors of Child Abuse, called Equal Partners. It talks about how even back in the ancient days, And it goes through a historical event about mental health and how humanity believed in what it was. Excellent, excellent article. Please read it. It's on the website. So until next time, everybody just learn some new math. 1, physical body, plus the soul. The awareness, the conscious part of us, and the subconscious part of us, plus the forever person, the part that lives on past death. They're all one, but they're all separate. And they equal one system until we can separate them. Enjoy. I'll leave the board up while you look at it, take notes. I'll hopefully have another one up in a few days or a week. This is a lot to take in for the first one. Enjoy the Mental Health News Radio Network podcast. You can reach me at www.agapeloveishere.org. You can come to the YouTube channel to see this video, webcam rather, of the Hidden Kingdoms. It'll also be on the website. And please follow the Mental Health News Radio Network. A lot of good shows on it for you to think about, ponder, a lot of interviews, and learn. Educate yourself. Check out everything. Weigh it, ponder it, value it. Find out for yourself what is going on, who you are, how are different ways of healing applied, and which way should you go. So this is Pastor Deborah, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time on Mental Health and the Forever Person. I'll leave the board up. You can take notes, write it down, and enjoy.